Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 290. Getting close to 300. Maybe I'll do something special when I hit 300 episodes. I don't know. Um, yeah. um, Welcome to hot and sweaty Phoenix. It's 100 and I think it hit 119 today. Pretty hot. My sister Eve and I went to the attic today, and it's just so hot. Driving around, uh, getting in and out of the car. After we went to the attic, we were going to stop for something to eat, and was like, we don't want to get out of the car. We want to go through someplace with a drive-through, but it's like if you go through to a drive-through, it's burgers a lot of time. We ended up going to Chick-fil-A, which is pretty good. But they, like they didn't have people. Ordinarily, they're very busy, and people are getting in line and everything, and they usually have workers out there taking your order before you hit the window. So that they just can work their way down the line and take orders and all that stuff, and you can pay there and pay them the individuals that are coming out. And so then you go up to the window and get your stuff and you go on. It's very efficient, very quick, even when there's a big long line. But today they had, they didn't have any workers out there because it was so hot. And you just go through up to the little speaker and put your order in. And it is still very fast. It was incredible, very fast. But like it was too hot to have people out there, sweating up a storm. But so yeah, it's just very hot. And yesterday, I had talked about I don't know if I talked about here that I had to have a procedure, a colonoscopy. Oh joy, oh rapture, and my sister and I. We drove around the hospital, I don't know how many times, trying to find the right entrance, because like I had a little map that showed, you go past this, you go past that, and the instructions too said, past this entrance and past that entrance and past this building and that building, and then and so like we went around like a few times trying to say we're following the little dotted line, going past this, and here's this thing's labeled and this place is labeled, and then we're like, but trying to find this entrance, and the third time around, I finally said, I think that's it there, and it's a very unremarkable, out of the way little entrance, but it was the right one. So finally, so Eve dropped me off, and there's like several handicapped spots right there, but they were all full. So she ended up having to park far away and having to walk in the horrible heat, in to the building while I went in and registered and everything else. And so it was, just very far and very hot and just awful. Anyway, that was yesterday. Today it was even hotter than yesterday. So, but last night we did have a little birthday celebration for my sister. Today is my younger sister's birthday. My brother sent her some nice flowers and all this stuff. And so, oops, I don't know why it got dark all of a sudden. So yeah, it's been, but today is Naomi's actual birthday. It's today. So yeah, we did some stuff. If you see our Three Sisters Creative video tomorrow, it always comes out on Sunday. We celebrated her birthday today. Anyway, so yeah. And actually, one of the things I'm going to talk about is related to her birthday. I have a little bit of stitching, a little bit of haul, and a couple things that'll be that are not yet in the Etsy shop, but will be soon. So anyway, so this is the channel about cross stitch, so we are going to talk about that right away. So my WIPGO challenge, of course, there's 3 numbers that were called for this month. So I have 3 whips, 3 FFO things, and actually one of them is several small pieces, and I'm kind of getting some ideas about that. And then 3 new starts. So one of them was my cross-stitch camp piece that I talked about last week and maybe the week before. And I'm kind of stalled on that because I wanted to go to the attic to get, a gunmetal with the WIPGO Works colors. Gunmetal, which I don't know whether I have it or not. If I do, it's hidden away in some whip somewhere. So I went ahead and got that, and I got more parchment because I only had just a little bit left, and I didn't know if it was, I knew it wasn't enough to finish the thing, so I got some more. Anyway, so so the cross-stitch camp piece, I haven't done any more on it. It's not done, and it'll probably take me a few days to finish it. Excuse me. But so that's one of my new starts, and the other two I have an idea about. But anyway, I did do the 6 days. I actually did 7, just because, on Blue Elephant, and this is a DMC kit on 14 count Ada, and it was the kit cloth was white, and I dyed it this color myself. It's like I said before, I kind of wish I had gone a little lighter in the cloth here or maybe slightly different shade, because the elephant doesn't really stand out enough, and I'm toying with the idea of maybe backstitching. I don't know that I'll do it this time around because, like I said, I hit the goal of 6 days, and I did 1 day extra just to try to get a little further along. And I did do most of this blanket here. These blank spots here, there's white in here, I think. And there's some, no, or maybe that's a green, I don't know. There's a dark green and a white that are left. And I think I've done all the other colors. So in this flower here, for instance, this blank area around the yellow is white, and here in the middle of his ear is white and that dark green, and along his ear here, I think these empty spaces are white, and then along with his legs, where these light green little things, fan-shaped things are, there's dark green in some spaces in there. And then there's backstitching, and so underneath this dark line here are some dark green leaves, and over here in this space there's some dark green leaves. Let me get this is the picture. So this is the famous 3-legged elephant, and I went ahead and added a 4th leg in here and finished it, except for, like I said, the dark green you can see it here in between these, there's a few of them dots in separate stitches in here. And this is also the one with a made up elephant eye, and it's not on the chart. But except for these 2 dark leaves, all of this stuff is done. All the flowers and then the white in this one. But I think I did, yeah. Except for all the back stitching, this is the yellow back stitching here, and then there's light green, all of this back stitching along these flowers. And I think there's a little bit of back stitching here on this one too. And then these little fringe things are back stitched. So none of the back stitching is done on this elephant, and the dark green leaves are not done. And then the white, wherever there's white, has not been done yet. But otherwise, I did. That's why I thought, wow, maybe I could finish it. And I went ahead and did that 7th day, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to make that. So there's that. There's Blue Elephant by DMC. And the kit came with this little hoop and the threads and a needle and everything else, But it looks like I will not do that. Won't get that finish this month. So maybe next time around. get this out of the way. Sorry, excuse me just a minute. Okay, so my the next WIPGO thing I was going to work on was Hello Pumpkin, and this was a mystery cell, so that's why this is the last part of it was like I guess I don't have the finished actual picture of the pattern, but I have all the patterns now. Anyway, so this was a mystery salve by Caterpillar Cross Stitch from, I think, 2019 was the date I remember seeing. So yeah, and I bought it. I think after the first part had come out, so anyway, I have it all now, obviously, but I found that this kind of pattern, it's really pretty and I like it a lot, but it's not quite my cup of tea. I'm a little bit of a color completist, and having the all these different colors and individual little leaves and stuff, it's very hard for me to stick with it. I get a little discombobulated, for one thing, trying to find like all the different leaves, and if I had really like stuck to my guns and it stuck to the design and done all the leaves in this particular section and all of the everything that was in another section, I probably could have gotten it done faster. I got the bottom part done pretty quickly. The tree and this bottom, the pumpkins and the mushroom and everything else, that was done pretty quickly. But then I kind of stalled out the further up I got. But I've worked on it a little bit. I think Wednesday and part of Thursday. So I still have 4 days to go on this, but it's coming along. I added in like this blue stem here and this leaf. I think I had done just the 4 or 5 diagonal brown stitches, so I did the rest of it here. And I did this color, like wherever it falls, like here and up here, and there's more of it over here that I haven't done yet. And so I was trying to, and I did this last time, trying to get more of these leaves done. But I'm kind of fussling about being a color completist, because I think, well, I've got this thread out now, I might as well use it, and then I've got to be able to count, so yeah, so I'm not making as quick progress as I would have liked, but like I said, I only did like 2 days basically on it, so I still have to work on that some more, so that'll come along. And then the reason that I stopped working on that was because of Naomi's birthday, because I thought, because I had been concentrating on this, colonoscopy thing and blah, 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 and I realized, gosh, we're getting together at my sister-in-law Rachel's house on Friday night to celebrate Naomi's birthday, and I have not gotten her anything, because I've been thinking about the colonoscopy and all that. And actually on Wednesday I had an appointment with my podiatrist and things like that. So I was like, I wasn't thinking and thinking through, what was I going to get Naomi or whatever. And so then I thought, gosh, what am I going to do? And then I realized I had this pattern that I've been working on, and I had thought when I first started it was one of my new starts for last month, and I really liked it, but I thought, it's very much Naomi, because she does a lot of knitting, she does some spinning, and I thought that's, it really speaks to all of that. It's the Puntini pattern, what's your superpower? I turn grass into wool, what's your superpower? and this very much, like I said, it's very, very much Naomi. So this little sheep, is shaped like a skein of yarn, and it has a button, actually, a skein of yarn button. And, and it's really very simple. There's not many colors to it, and they're all DMC except the grass, which was Romy's Creation Camouflage, and I didn't use that. I used Weeks Dye Works Scuppernong, because I couldn't find this particular color of Romy's Creation, this camouflage color. I looked online, couldn't find it. Anyway, so I used Scuppernong, but I had not started on the grassy hill at all. I had done everything else, but not the hill. So I thought, well, I could just crank that out. I guess it was Thursday night. I started to work on it, and I thought maybe I could, finish it and all that. By her birthday, I'm like, yeah, no, it didn't happen. So for her birthday, I went ahead and gave it to her and then took it back. And then I worked on it today while we were, filming our Three Sisters video. And so there is like maybe, I want to say 4 or 5 lines down here that are left of this hill, and then it'll be done. So I'm not that far from finishing it, but I don't know. It depends on. I might be able to finish it tonight, and that would be really lovely because then I can go on with my other WIPGO pieces and get those 6 days in on the other 2 pieces. Because July is really hard because there's we've got the 3 numbers and I don't have it. Some people have it the middle square or whatever as a free space. But I do not. So, and my goals on my whips are only 6 days each. So theoretically, they should all fit. But I want to finish my cross stitch camp piece, and then I have FFOs due, and and the new starts shouldn't. I could do all 3 of them at one time because if I just put a length of floss in each one, I could call that a new start and be done with it. But so I want to finish this because to give it to Naomi for her birthday. FFOing. I have an idea. I think I know what she wants, and I can just stick it in there with all the other things I have to FFO. Yeah. So, but that should be done. Maybe I'll finish it by the end of this month. If I finish stitching it, then FFOing it, I can put off for, a week or 2 if I have to, whatever. But anyway, so that I've been stitching on those things on the finishing the Blue Elephant goal, I should say, meeting the goal, not finishing the actual project. And then I worked a couple days on on the pumpkin, and a couple days on Superpower. So, other than that, that's all the stitching that I did. But I have a little bit of haul and a little bit of an Etsy update. For the Etsy shop, we have little business card kind of things. I had been using for whenever somebody ordered a needle minder, I had just like some plain, like those little place cards that you use if you're having a party, that you can put somebody's name on and put it, where you want them to sit or whatever. I had gotten some, I think, at the dollar spot at Target is where I found them. They were just randomly there. They had some that were kind of like a peachy, bluish, I don't know what, spring kind of color. I think they were all spring stuff. And the other one was like a big carrot. And so I just used them, randomly just to have something to stick the needle minder on that, instead of just having them by themselves, I put it on these cards just, because. But I used the last of them not too long ago. So we had a customer who ordered the lemon project bag and ordered some needle minders, and we didn't have anything. And so my sister Eve had had already designed these for something else, and so she just tweaked it a little bit. And I had some business card stock that I got from, like those Avery labels, whatever. It was, so I used that. So it says Three Sisters Creative, and then down here is the link to our Etsy shop, I think. So yeah, that was fun. And then speaking of our Etsy shop, Eve, these are not in there yet because she just made them today while we were, filming our video. So she made these needle minders. These are like steampunk bugs. So there's one. And they have a very neat, I think, metallic-y, darker look to them. They're really neat. Yeah. So, and I think she has a couple more that she's planning on making that are these steampunk bugs. This one is kind of a bronzy color. The other one was a sort of silvery color. This is a little bronzier color. Yeah. And I think the other one has like a silver little clasp thing, and this one has that bronze look to it. And then there's another one that, oopsie, I don't know if I have that the right way or not. Yeah. Yeah. So, there's that one. So those three will be in the Etsy shop soon. And then there's this little alien. There's a little alien. Yeah. So that'll be in the Etsy shop also. And then, and then just, I bought some more magnets for needle winders. So that's the Etsy shop update. And, just be sure and check that out. Like I said, those things will be in there soon. Three Sisters Creative, the number 3 in the words Sisters Creative on Etsy. And I'll have the link, of course, down below in the description box. So, like I said, we went to the attic today, and because I needed those threads. This is gunmetal, and this is parchment. And while I was getting those, they had there on the corner, they weren't, their threads are listed alphabetically, the weeks I worked, and they have color and cotton and some Gentle Arts colors. But so they're listed alphabetically because, of course, they're fun names. But these were not. This one was not in the alphabetical listing, and neither was there. Another color that I noticed. I don't remember what color it was. But so I don't know if these are new from market or whatever, or what they were, why they were there, just by themselves. But so I just like the color, this green color, and this is called apple pucker, I think, is the name of it. Yeah, apple pucker. It's like a green apple. Look at that. Mm-hmm. So I just thought that just caught my eye. I thought, I think I need that color. And I also bought a little thing of beeswax. I have some beeswax waxers that I got at Stitch Shenanigans, and I have a little pot of Thread Magic somewhere. I think I have like a lot of cross stitch stuff in a bag in my room, and these are probably in the bottom of it because they're not like in my drawer that has some more cross stitch stuff in it. So I think at some point I thought, I'll be very clever, and I put them all in this, and then I don't know where they are exactly. But so they had these, it's called Beeswax Bliss. That's the floss conditioner, and there's a little, instructions on here on how to, use the best way, and it talked about, using one side for light colors and one side for dark colors, so you don't get them, stained on the other one. Anyway, so I bought that beeswax bliss, and then I got this little floss drop thing, and it has like a magnet there for your needle, and it says float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, heartstring samplery, and I think it's Lindsay Stitches is the other designer. But so heartstring samplery did one design, and Lindsay Stitches, whoever it is, I don't have I bought the charts some time ago, but I don't have them right here handy. I just, like I said, I bought this afternoon. But so of those two charts, one is called Float Like a Butterfly, and the other one is called Sting Like a Bee. And so yeah, I got this. That's really cute. And then this is a design I saw this, I want to say, among the market releases, but I ended up not buying it. And there are I think there's two other designs in this series. I think there's just two. No, actually, there's several. Charts 1 through 5. It was designed, the Polar Plunge series is designed as a fundraiser. Charts 1 through 5 and your series supplies are available through your favorite retailer. Chart 6 will release as a PDF on my website, and this is hands-on design. Will release as a PDF on my website, with all proceeds going to Special Olympics. Be sure to watch Flosstube number 78 for hands-on design for all of the details. So this is, like I said, this is from Hands-On Design. And this is Polar Bear Peak from her Polar Plunge series. So yeah, they're all really cute. I remember I was very torn about getting them when they were released from market or whatever. And then this one is Lindy Stitches from her Bird Crush Club, Stellar's J. And this one she had talked about before. This is a really nice picture. Sorry. This is the actual chart. So she has a series of these birds. She has some that are like postage stamp. They look like postage stamps. And then some that are just, these designs. So there's a whole bunch of really pretty ones. And I like a lot of them. But this one, this reminds me of when I was a kid, we would go to the mountains or go camping at a place called Santa Barbara, which is above, it's kind of below Taos. It's up in that northern New Mexico area. And it's about, I want to say 9,000 feet above sea level, because Santa Fe is 7,000 and Taos is about 9. And so it's right up there, like I said, just below Taos, above Santa Fe, just below Taos. And so, I mean, I've been up there. We went up there one summer when it got down to 40 degrees and was hailing, and this was in the height of summer. I mean, if you go out in the sunlight, it's hot. It's not as hot as the city, of course. But it can get hot in the sun, but at night or in the shade, very cold. So anyway, this reminds me of it because there were blue jays with the little crest, mountain blue jays, all the time at Santa Barbara, and so this Stellar's Jay reminds me of those. It's probably sorry, my glasses. Probably slightly different species. I don't know, because there's all kinds of blue jays, but yeah. So that reminds me of that. So when I saw it in there at the attic, I thought, ooh, I like that. I've always liked that one, that from the Bird Crush Club. Um, but so anyway, that was all the stuff I got at the attic. And I could always buy way more stuff, way more things there. But I'm trying to restrain myself because, of course, I have lots and lots and lots of patterns that I haven't stitched yet. And, what is it? Stash acquired beyond life expectancy. That's the way. Excuse me 1 minute. A refreshing beverage. So I think that is about all I have. I'm going to work on Superpower. See if I can get those, few lines in and finish it today, so I can get back to my WIPGO things. Of course, I still have Pandemic coming up, and if I meet my goals for Hello Pumpkin and Pandemic, it still leaves me, I think, about maybe 4 days to do my new starts, which I could probably all pull them off all in one day if I'm disciplined and do just one thread length, floss length for as a new start for each one, if I'm diligent about that. And then the FFOs are what is concerned, because it always takes me forever to do those. The one Christmas at Winterberry Cabin is just a pillow. I'm going to do it as a pillow, and that's not hard. It just takes a long time to do all the stuffing. And I think I didn't buy and look for like some trim or something to go with that, but I think I might have something that goes with it, and if not, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. And then the other thing, the elephant and pug, and I'm gonna do dragonfly and ant. I want to do together, and so I need to look in my finishing supplies and see if I have something that will accommodate both of those patterns, in one thing, either side by side this way or side by side that way. See if I've got something that will work with that, and then is all those little smalls, and I think. On some of them, there's one that's a little Santa, the one that I cut wrong. I think I have figured out a way I could do it as an ornament, and not have that tiny little margin be as much of an issue. And then all the other little smalls. Some of them I think I can do it. Like there's one that's a little nativity scene. I think I can do that as an ornament also, and so I think I have ideas about most of them, but for me that's the hard part. It's like I don't know what they do with this, but it's not having the skills to do it. It's partly having the skills to do it. But the other issue is having the imagination to do it. Like Priscilla of the Stitching with the Housewives. Priscilla just and she's got to finish. And Vanna Pfeiffer, she's got to finish. And it looks lovely. And they both are different styles. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. About that. I would cut that out, but I didn't have time to hit pause before I had to sneeze. But they both have, they have a slightly different style, but they both have great imagination about how to do it and what to do and all that kind of stuff. And to me, it's I have to really think it through, and that's the hard part for me because I don't when I was a kid, um, doing soap sculptures, was kind of a thing. Like you would get I think for either at camp or for some activity things for kids, we would like there was you'd get a bar of ivory soap, which was fairly soft, softer than other kinds of soap, and you could carve something out of it with a little knife and make a little carving. And for me, it was I remember trying to do a turtle, um, and I couldn't think of it in like 3 dimensions like you would in actual sculpture of a turtle, right? So I remember I just like on top of the bar of soap, drew a turtle, and then I just like cut down on the side of it, and I couldn't think of it in terms of 3 dimensional turtle like a real turtle that you would hold in your hand and you could see its tummy and there it was just a block, and so that's kind of the difficulty for me is thinking in 3 dimensions or whatever, and just like the thing about cross stitch though that's easier for me is like you make a flat fold, you can do, and there's certain ideas about how to do things that are out there, um, so and fortunately there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that, to look at, and people have other finishes that say, oh look, this is how I did this, and so that helps a lot because and then I can say, okay, I want to do that. So especially for all those little smalls I have that are just gonna, do I finish it in the little plastic frame that came with it? Do I try to find something that I could use as a frame? Like I watched Steel City Stitchers video the other day, and one of the girls there had gone to like the dollar store and she bought some things at the dollar store and did finishes with those, and I thought about that, about going to look and see if I could find something at the dollar store that I could use. But then I thought, I've got a lot of stuff in my garage, all this finishing stuff, a lot of it from the dollar spot at Target, where I've gone, and things and looked at something and said, that would make a really something good to finish it on. And so I've got a pile of those things. So I want to go through those and look and see if I've got something appropriate for all the finishing that I have to do. And that was another reason why I put them on my WIPGO chart, was because I would buy things left and right, like, oh, that would make a good finishing object, and so would that make a good finishing object. And then I had this pile of things that I had stitched and had not FFO'd, and so I want to bring those two piles together in some way and do a lot of finishing. So like I said, I have to go through what I have out there and see what's going to work. The thing is, it's really hot out there, so I think I might have to bring some of those things in so I can go through them in the cool of the inside. The air conditioning in the house. But anyway, so that's where I am this week, and hopefully in the next few days I can hit my goal for Hello Pumpkin. So, like I said, I think I have four more days to do that, and hopefully I can finish that superpower thing soon. Anyway, so next week is I don't know what the date is. I don't have my so hopefully, like I said, hopefully I will have finished yeah, 22nd. Hopefully I will have finished Hello Pumpkin and gotten on to doing most of Pandemic, and then I still have about maybe 5 or 6 days to do all my FFO things. And we'll see what happens after that. And my new starts are going to go in there somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, I've recapped this enough times. So I will see you next week. And be sure, and like I said, go, check out the Etsy shop. Hopefully those things that I've shown here will be uploaded soon. And there's a few more things for you to check out. And you can, check out everything on the Etsy shop. So I will see you next time. I've put all those links in the description box below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and encourage your friends to do so. And that's it. I will see you next week, and thanks for watching. Bye.